Hi, it's me again. Uh, so today, with all the talk about the expansion pass lately, and yesterday we had somebody ask me like, what are some of the Pokemon that you would like to see return? And it kind of got me to thinking maybe we should do a video about the 10 Pokemon that I possibly would like to return with the expansion pass. Now, keep in mind we do have to exclude some of them of which we have already seen, being teased through the, advertisement or promotional through the, release of the expansion pass, as well as the transferable Pokemon in. So we have to keep those excluded. Also, we are making another rule. We are excluding legendaries. Or legendaries and mythicals. If I was going to have them return, well, probably, I don't know. I would probably have Victini and like the genies return. Those would be really cool, but other than that, I don't really think I would bring any of them back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad the legendaries are coming back. That's cool, but at the end of the day, I think other Pokemon are better. I mean, Victini's freaking great though. I love Victini. But yeah, so number 10 is actually a tie between two of the starter lines. So Chimchar and Froakie are actually tied for number 10. So Froakie, I just like, there's something about Froakie, ever since I saw him in the X and Y anime, I have been in love with Froakie ever since then. I mean, like, obviously Greninja is a great, it's a great starter, such a good Pokemon with Protean, but there's something about Froakie that's just so charming and cute. Yeah, so I just love that. And then Chimchar, I fell in love with Chimchar when, the Gen 4 anime. A lot of these are anime based, like I love seeing the development of the characters like within the anime. I watch the anime quite frequently. But Chimchar was originally Paul's Pokemon, and it was interesting to see Chimchar like grow up with Ash, him being like as klutz as he was, and then he just like grows up in Infernape, and Infernape is just like a total monster. So yeah, I'm just a big fan. I am a big fan of Infernape. Not to mention he's a great Pokemon to have, but it's just like there's something about those two Pokemon that just really stuck with me, as I was growing up, like as a kid. But yeah, so that's my number 10. Number 9, actually, number 9 is Spiritomb. So Spiritomb, I don't know if many of you know much about me, but you probably don't. But anyway, Spiritomb is one of those Pokemon that has always kind of been shrouded in mystery throughout kind of like the, introduction in Gen 4. But, in Gen 4, you would have to do a certain number of things and get the Explorer's Kit and go underground and then meet like 32 people and whatever. And there's so much question around Spiritomb, and I think that is like what makes me like it so much, because I love the lore of Pokemon games. I like it when they add in these little tiny, concepts or like ideas or story or, history about Pokemon and where it all began. But I just really like the concept of Pokemon, especially like Spiritomb. Number 8 is actually Pachirisu. So Pachirisu is actually Pachirisu is one of my favorite Pokemon because, well, so I play competitive Pokemon quite frequently, and Pachirisu, obviously, as most of you probably know, won the 2014 World Championships. But besides that, Pachirisu is like one of the cutest Pokemon you could ever put into a Pokemon game, and like especially in the anime just like completely made Pachirisu. and kind of just gave it so much life. Thinking about Pachirisu, oh my gosh, I would pull my hair out. Yeah, so I don't know. That's why I really, really like Pachirisu. My number 7 is probably Donphan. So Donphan is one of those Pokemon that kind of like started with me as I was growing up. And Donphan, when I saw him for the first time in the first movie, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that Pokemon. And ever since then, it just like, I've just loved Donphan, you know? Like, I love his design. I love the characteristic and his movements. I mean, dude, he's a freaking tank, you know? He's a tank. He's such a good he's a really good Pokemon. If he comes back, especially with Rapid Spin, like, he actually may be a threat. Well, I mean, he is a threat, but you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be good. But yeah, it's number 6, right? Let's see. It's probably Heracross. So Heracross is one of my favorite Pokemon, and that's for 2 reasons. So back when I started playing in Crystal version, Heracross was my number 1 Pokemon to catch. Obviously, his move pool was kind of trash, but I loved the idea of having a bug fighting type. I think it's such a cool typing. And then when I saw Ash like actually catch one, and also, by the way, Heracross put down work on Tobias's Darkrai, so let's be real. So yeah, so I really, really like Heracross, and I don't know, it's just one of those like sentimental things that's always just kind of like come with me over time. Yeah, that I would just really like to see that Pokemon come back. I think it could be very good, especially with like max fighting, and yeah, I think it definitely has potential. Number 5, probably going to be Salamence. So Salamence is one of those Pokemon that's kind of like stuck with me like through the anime. Salamence is one of those Pokemon that I feel like has so much potential, and you know, it's so commonly used like in the VGC circuit, as we've seen like throughout the generations. And also too, like, it's just one of those Pokemon that I always wanted to have on my team when I was playing through Ruby and Sapphire, especially Emerald. So having that Pokemon come back actually would be kind of nice, just because it's one of those Pokemon that I've always loved, you know, and I love its shiny, and it's a powerhouse, you know, it's a powerhouse. So yeah. 4, probably my favorite Generation 3 Pokemon, and that is actually Aggron. So Aggron was actually I'd have to say my second favorite Mega, because Gengar is probably my favorite Mega, but second favorite Mega for sure. But Aggron honestly has such a cool design. I feel like it would fit really, really well in a, you know, especially in a VGC format like this with max defense and stuff like that. So honestly, I could see it being a really, really big threat. And yeah, I think it's really cool. I just love its design. It's a total powerhouse. It's one of my favorite Pokemon that Paul ever used back in the anime. And we even actually got to see it Mega Evolve like in the Gen 7 anime, which was really cool too. So yeah, Aggron is definitely one of like my number 1 team members for the Gen 3 games and Aura. So yeah, I would love to see that Pokemon come back, because I do have a shiny of that one too. So yeah, so I'd like that to come back. Number 3. I don't know. This one was actually kind of hard. It was kind of a toss-up between number 4 and number 3. But my number 3 is actually Dragonite. So I don't know if any of you guys have the old TCG cards, and I realize that none of the tier lists actually make sense, because I'm using anything I can use to make these things into a tier list. But I don't know if you guys remember, but from the first movie, it's actually like probably my favorite card of all time. But it's the Dragonite card, the promotional card with Dragonite in his little satchel. Yeah, I just like, ever since Dragonite is adorable. Like, it's a freaking cute Pokemon. I mean, but he is a monster. Like, he's a total monster, like, in competitive, obviously because it's a pseudo. But, you know, it just, like, I don't know. It's one of those Pokemon that, seeing it in the first movie, how could you not be in love with it? He's just like this big, giant lizard. He's a yellow lizard with wings that are too small for his body. I mean, come on. How could you not love that? So, my number 2 is probably going to be Politoed. So, Politoed is one of those Pokemon that I really wanted to see more of in the anime. Like, yes, we did get to see it, but it was one of Misty's Pokemon that I just, like, I thought fit so well with Misty. And also, too, it's my second favorite Generation 2 Pokemon. Politoed introduced, like, the second branch evolution as well. So, I don't know. It's just one of those Gen 2 Pokemon that I really loved having on my team. It's a great rain setter, and it's super bulky. It's really, really, honestly, it's such a good Pokemon. So, yeah, so I'd really, really like to see Politoed come back. Also, not to mention, it has a fantastic shiny, so yeah, it'd be really cool. And then for my number 1, it would most likely be Crocodile. Crocodile is one of those Pokemon that has... Oh my gosh, Crocodile is so cool, dude. I just love... Okay, so ever since Gen 5 anime, when he was just like chilling with the sunglasses, and honestly, he carried Ash's team. Like, Ash's team in Gen 5 was kind of trash. Like, let's be real with ourselves. But Crocodile made the entire thing. I mean, like, the one-on-one match with Dragonite made me just, oh my gosh, I just fell in love with Crocodile, honestly. And it's like been one of my favorite Pokemon to use it whenever I'm playing through my Gen 5 games. It's been like probably my hands down favorite Pokemon to use. I mean, it's just such a cool design. You know, he's a ground dark type gator, you know, it's just like, or crocodile, you know what I mean. I just love it. I just love the Pokemon. I love its design, you know, especially that's like probably been one of my favorite, probably like one of my most asked for mystery gifts as well, is to get a Ash's Crocodile with sunglasses. Just because I feel like it would fit so well. It'd be like one of those things. It would be a fan service thing, but you know, I just really, really like that. But anyways, let me know what some of your favorite Pokemon are that you would like to come back to the expansion pass. I'm sorry if this video is like a little all over the place. This is actually like my first time doing a number 10 or a top 10. And yeah, and I didn't really want to do like the blank screen with like the pictures of a Pokemon or whatever. So I kind of just like wanted to talk about it. So but anyways, yeah, we do have a Discord server if you guys want to join that. Also, we do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you'd like to come hang out with us, that's cool too. But anyways, yeah, let me know what Pokemon you'd like to come back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, bye.